We know Charleston White to say any and everything about any and everybody. Nobody is off limits, including the church. You want to know what he said about them churches? Let's get into it.
So how do you think the war starts?
Why you worried about the war? We ain't got an army. The war is within. Your good and your evil before them bombs go to dropping. Wake up at war with themselves every day. The white man war. Them demons you battling with, that lust demon, that perversion, them drugs, that's the war. Fighting to do right, but in your heart you set on doing what's wrong.
What you think, a relationship with God, knowledge of the Bible more important?
Neither.
You quote the Bible 3-4 times?
I ain't never read it, I just done heard it. The Bible said, they said. I heard my mama say it.
Yeah.
I've been trained to hear it. To get in trouble, I know what to do. I know how to access God. Mama taught us a little bitty boy. Our Father, y'all not teaching y'all kids how to pray.
Man, I'm just impacted because for him to say so many crash out things and go viral, you would just not believe that he is this intelligent with the wordplay and putting it together. A lot of people just look at him as ignorant. They don't take the time to really listen and discover what he's talking about because these facts. I definitely don't see parents of these days teaching their kids any type of values, prayer, or anything like that. So once again, I have to agree with him. Let's get back into it.
He was indoctrinated with it. We had Easter suits, Easter baskets. We went to church on Mother's Day. This new group don't have a relationship with God and they don't know the Bible. That's why you think money is the root. You don't need a relationship with God. You can't hear him. So guess what I asked God for? Give me the spirit Jesus came to deliver on earth. You sent Jesus. So I don't want the preacher. I don't want the Bible. Give me that spirit that raised Christ from the dead.
So what about who say they hear God?
Can't nobody hear God. What he sound like?
I swear to God, they hear God talk.
I don't believe nothing. You do.
Man,
I go to the ocean and hear God. I go to, man, the old say God is wind, fire, air, rock, water. That's when he speak. Lightning, thunder. If God spoke to him and told him why he won't speak to me when I'm in need and I'm crying out to him. My mama and her crying out to him. Mama ain't come out there and say God said thing. She got to go to the preacher to hear from God.
So you ain't never had questions in church like, man, how? God, man, I remember my son say, how the preacher collecting money and giving it to God and God invisible?
I was looking at them in church. I never paid attention to the preacher.
I thought that was more conservative back then with the dresses down to their ankles.
They were still conservative. Ass and titties, even conservative. Little boys look at that conservative. Right. I wasn't into nothing the preacher was saying. My uncle and already say he was a bullshit.
He right though, once again. I be trying to really, really do reactions to Charleston White and find things that I can disagree with him about. But it be a lot of stuff that is hard to disagree about because it makes sense. So, I gravitate towards more things that make sense versus just talking ignorant and crazy. So he hasn't really said nothing yet that would make me say he's just this ignorant. Very intelligent. I think it's just the tactics and the way he moves that makes it look that way. But that is also well planned out if you think about it. Let's get back into it.
I never noticed men sat in church except the preacher's flunkies. A man, a real man, don't sit under no man. And he speak to me and my woman.
You say that people study the white man's education or whatever.
No, we didn't study it. We was indoctrinated.
Okay, we was indoctrinated.
We didn't study.
Was you indoctrinated with your belief in Jesus? Because your mama gave you that and somebody gave her that.
I didn't believe it. I rejected it. That's why I went. I believe it on my own accord. Okay. As a man. After I rejected my mother's God, I went. I done tried everything, nigga. I done been Islam. That's why I know it's all. I done worship the devil. I done had the Crip God, the Pimp God, the Game God. Then it's fuck God. Yeah, sir, I'm Petey Wheatstraw, the devil's son-in-law. Because I wanted to prove my mama, I thought women didn't know what they were talking about. No. So I wanted to prove my mama that, mama, that's your God. So yeah, I done served the devil. And didn't nothing happen? Because you serve him on Saturdays. You serving him today. Because you're lukewarm in God's eyes. Okay. Nobody is worshiping God wholeheartedly. So don't talk to me about God sending people.
You believe in hell?
No. Who done came back? I don't believe in nothing.
You don't believe nothing happened after you die? My granddaddy told me that though. And he was like what you call the old. He got called a nigga back in the 50s.
Because It's in a copywritten book. And you mean to tell me the people I've been close to, and why they ain't came back and said nothing? You mean to tell me all these years your mama been gone, she ain't came back and said nothing? But why they won't come tell us it's a heaven up there, son? Get your life together. God go muzzle their mouth? I don't believe, nigga, no.
I don't believe in no hell.
Homie, listen. At 49 years old, I tried everything they said in them books. I don't believe you can put God in the book. I don't believe you can put the real truth about God in the book.
Okay.
Because they ain't gave us the whole book. Before the books, you had to go inside a cave in Africa, in other places, and see them people carved in the wall. Jesus didn't have a book. Why we need a book? Jesus came to deliver the spirit. That's why he was sent here. So men can be able to access the spirit. He didn't say a book. He said, if you sit on this rock and two of y'all talk about God, y'all at church. That big.
See? You know, it took me to get older to realize, and this is no slide against anybody in the churches that go to churches. I learned on my own through my own thought process and processing things and making sense of things that you can have a relationship with God without having to be in the church house. But I do believe in two or more coming together and joining as one, and it makes your prayer more stronger. But you don't always have to do that inside a building. And I've always thought that. And then when I started to think it, I did research and found out, yeah, that's accurate. You don't have to. You just have to have an important relationship with the Father himself. So I agree. Let's get back into it.
That's why that boy say, why he create, my daddy, why he getting the money? And I need something for school, and y'all saying no, but you put it in church.
Speaking of class, what do you think about classism? Because I don't think we deal with racism no more, because I drive a Benz. The people don't bother me, but I see dudes who less fortunate, they struggle. What it seems like is they struggle, and this is blanket with any person. The women are outdoing the men, and the women have to pretty much delegate their attention to being delegated. Say you got 7 women. I got 7 women. I might got 2 of yours. You might got 3 of mine. We all got the same thing.
Every black man, Richard Pope got 16 women. I know Pope nigga got 7 kids. We're not in classism. We're nationalism. That's why you're hearing MAGA, Make America Great Again. That's why you're hearing people talk nation talk. No, nobody's talking classism, but talking about I'm gonna stun on these niggas. The nigga late. This is not classism, this is capitalism, guys. Do you got you some money? If you got some money, enough money, you ain't black. That's why OJ say I ain't black, nigga, I'm OJ. I think like that, nigga, I ain't black, I'm Charleston. My blackness ain't stopped nothing. Nothing that y'all say the white man stop you from doing. Nothing. He ain't been able to stop me from doing nothing. And I beat his system. I ain't got no felony conviction.
Why you stopped getting your law degree when you was on your...
That boy law degree. I know law without the approval of his degree. I done changed laws without the degree. I figured out I don't need that approval. I was just doing for money, because they pay you to go to school in America. If y'all didn't know that. I got over $100,000 in 5 years put directly in my pocket to go to school. But if you don't have the knowledge and the information, you don't know, because you don't know, nigga.
So when you
don't have to pay back no money, loans neither. And if you go get you a loan, just make sure you get a part of the 501c3 so you can get your loan forgiveness. Do a little intern at the hospital, civil service with the police. Dumb ass go tell you don't get the loan, but they'll go borrow money from their cousin. They'll dab you, give you $20,000 a year. Imagine a 20-year-old getting $10,000 at the start of January, another $10,000 at the start of August every school year.
I cannot disagree with him. Maybe when he came to the internet earlier, might have been the case, but right now he gets in his bag about a lot of stuff that I just relate to. So, love him or hate him, he is who he is. How do you feel about him? How do you feel about this topic right here? What he said about church? Do you agree or disagree? Leave it down in the comment section. Let's talk about this one right here. It's your boy Chaotic One. And do me a favor, make sure you hit the like on this one. Let's get this one out. We need to get some reactions on this one. See how people feel about this whole church movement right here and what Charleston had to say. But, it's your boy Chaotic One. This is the KMHP TV YouTube channel. If you rock out with us, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you'll be alerted when we drop these videos. And until the next video, I'ma holla. Peace.